Hi everyone, welcome back to Minecraft. At least, so after our little, our excursion into the nether there, where I don't know if we should consider that a failure, well, we got our blaze rods, which is good. Got our nice little thing here. I don't know what to do with this right now, so we got a brewing stand. Still no windows in this house, but at least we got some glass, so I don't know. What kind of potions should we make? I really don't know if we're what kind of potions to make right now. Like I remember what any of the recipes are, because I really don't remember what the recipes are. There's something, but we got the brewing stand, and I think that's what really counts and what I really wanted. However, if we want to go to the end, we need to get some more blaze rods, which is oh boy, that's gonna be fun. Typically they don't. Oh, you don't need blaze powder for this brewing stand. That's interesting. Yeah, typically they don't, the speedrunners have that all by now, but I'm not that good at this game, clearly, so I am going to have to figure this out. I'm trying to remember how to turn these over. Oh, I need nether wart, which means we need to go back to the nether fortress, and we need some nether wart, don't we? Yes, we need nether wart. Nether wart's like a prime ingredient, and I never got any. Time to go back to the nether fortress. At least this time we have a very precarious bridge to cross, which is good. It's very good. Like it when that happens. Yep, I'm getting attacked. Bye, zombie. Okay, so now we can... For anyone that wants to know, uh, before you really get mad at me, I am rewatching it. All of Andor. I still don't like it. I just finished season 1. I still don't like it. I find the show to be very, very boring. I'm not gonna lie. It's so mid. So mid. And I also hear that gas, so I'm gonna try and be careful and keep an eye out for him. But yeah, we are going, I think it's usually in those kind of buildings. So we're gonna look for some nether wart, which is a big deal. Let's light up this hallway so we know which way to go. Even though we don't really need the light in the nether, which is thankfully something they do. I still feel like we should light the hallways. Oh, that reminds me, we need to get some coal. We need to get coal because we're running a little low, whatever coal is in the furnace right now. And we need more stuff. We need more stuff. And I do not want to dig through that because I did not bring a lot of picks. Okay, I only brought one. The rest have burnt, unfortunately. Okay, so the zombie pigments are here. Okay, we need the nether wart if we want to make potions at any point in time. I think we also need magma cream, but we didn't really get lucky from slime, which is unfortunate that we didn't get lucky. Yeah, you gotta love RNG sometimes, guys, you know? RNG is one of the weirdest things in a video game because sometimes it screws you, sometimes it doesn't. We are also going to need this, but I don't know, RNG is always fun to deal with, isn't it? I don't know if I like too much RNG in my games, but typically I feel like RNG is either the greatest thing ever made because you can get some really goofy stuff, or it's one of the worst because it doesn't work out too well. I don't know, you take your pick on what you think what your ideas on RNG is because I feel like a game should have some level of RNG but not too much. If it has too much RNG, then it stops being fun. It's like oh, I just have to get lucky all the time in order to basically do anything. No, I think what makes a game somewhat fun is that level of random. A level of random is always good. Let's put up a torch so we know that this is the way out. But yeah, I think a level of random is always good in a video game. Keeps things spiced up, you know? Making sure everything's a little bit different every once in a while. I think that's the best way to do RNG anyway. It's like just making sure everything is a little different. I guess the torches were pointless in the end, but but always, but just don't just make sure there's not too much so that it is like oh we're relying on basically the game to tell me when I'm supposed to do something complete and it's completely random and I don't know when I'm supposed to do it and when I'm not supposed to. Like I think there should be RNG, but there should be at least some way to control it, I guess is the best way to describe it. Like I don't want too much RNG in the games. Okay, that's a blaze spawner. We're not gonna worry about that. But yeah, I don't know. Too much RNG can be unfun, you know? RNG is somewhat a fun mechanic, but also the most unfun mechanic. Oh, fuck. Like that right there, those guys are not there before. Yeah, those guys are not there before, and I do not have the ability to fight that many creatures or resist the fire damage. I think another fun mechanic is like the ability to resist certain types of damage types. That's always fun. That's like always fun to do. Just being able to resist damage types and all that. I don't know. I like that. I don't like it when it's like 100% resistance, but I like it when it's like just a little bit of resistance. Just not too much though. Like if it's like all every enemy has 100% plus resistance, okay, that just ruins the fun. But it's like, oh, if the enemies have a level of a level of resistance, and it's not on every single enemy. It's like some enemies are more resistance to this type of damage, others are not. I'd say that's more fun. That's more enjoyable in my opinion. Not more, not so much that they are because that actually makes it to where it's more fun to fight them, right? They're resistance, they're a fire enemy, so they're more resistant fire. They're water enemies, so they're more resistance to water type thing, you know? Not like necessarily they have to that every enemy needs to be resistant all the fucking time because I think a lot of devs fall for that constantly. It's like they must make everything resistant to something or counter something in some way, shape, or form, and somehow I went in a giant circle. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird how devs think sometimes. Um, I think it would be more preferred if they didn't if developers didn't do that sometimes. It's just made it to where oh only certain enemies have these resistances and others do not. Because if you make an enemy that's like if you make every single enemy like resistance to everything, then what's the point? What's the point in having enemies different types of enemies when every enemy is resistance to everything? Why not just at that point, why not just have one single enemy that you just fight. Why have 20 million enemies? Well, I think the argument could be made that the different mechanics, but sometimes enemies are not different enough to really make it feel like they're different and all that. So I think developers always fall back on something to actually artificially increase the difficulty. Like in a first-person shooter, they give like less ammo sometimes and all that, instead of like trying to make the enemy AI, smart, intelligent actually does something. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know. It's one of those things that's always fun. I think a lot of modders also have run into that problem where they try to make their enemies stand out, but then they do a bad job at it because they give like the enemies a lot of resistances and things like that, especially when it doesn't make any sense. I think sometimes you get into weird weapon balancings and mods and games and stuff. Like it's like a weapon deals 30% less damage when it shouldn't. It should probably deal maybe 10% less damage. And then some people go overboard with balancing, in my opinion, making it to where oh any weapon that has a dot effect now must deal 90% plus less damage, which is goofy, if you ask me. It's like sometimes see here's the fun part about dot mechanics, in my opinion. I feel like they're a mixed bag overall. I really do. Dot mechanics are really a mixed bag, and it really depends on the game. The game sometimes a game has a dot mechanic that may be overpowered or may not be overpowered. And it's yeah, if it's overpowered in a game, sure, make the weapon damage way less. If it's not overpowered in a game and it's more like a minor nuisance, don't bother making the damage way less. Just make it good upfront damage. That way you don't have to worry about it too much. I'm not gonna bother. And I think we're gonna have to find the other Nether fortress from the looks of it because this does not have Nether wart, which we need. Yeah, we need the Nether wart, and this one does not have Nether wart, and that's a fucking gas. Yep, that's a fucking gas. Okay, so yeah, we didn't get Nether wart on this fortress, which is unfortunate. Could be possible that this is the most unlucky Nether out there, because I I know there's other fortresses in the Nether, but I am not seeing any Netherwart like at all. Back to the idea of what a game should include though is like I think games should also include way a little bit more enemy times. I don't necessarily want a game to last like 500 plus hours. To me, that's not fun. Like it should last some time, sure, yeah. But if a game doesn't need to last 500 hours, don't make it last 500 hours. There's no reason behind it. I don't get the obsession of wanting the games to last 500 hours recently. Like I know that's a recent thing everyone's been banging on about. Um, but I don't get it. I really don't get it. I want a game to be like a, a little shorter than that. Like the most I'm willing to take for some games is like around 40 hours ish. You know, it's somewhere around there. I don't want them necessarily long, but I don't, well, necessarily short, but I don't want them too long because sometimes it's a hassle to deal with long games, in my opinion. And I don't know how people stand the idea of super ungodly long games. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate that a lot of people out there think that if the game's longer, it is automatically better. When in my opinion, it's not so much the case. It is more becomes a hassle. If anything, I feel like if you want to go for a very long game, Red Dead Redemption 2 did it well, in my opinion. It did it well. It has done it well, but I don't think too many other games do it too well. Like they either make them too long and they don't give enough organic story or character to the game to really make warrant the hundreds of plus hours that you have to dump into the game in order to beat it. But also would prefer if you want to make longer form games, would say the longest you should go for is actually 40 hours. Because 100 plus hours, that's ridiculous. Who the fuck has time for that? No one. That's who. No one has time to play a game for 100 plus hours. Well, a story for 100 plus hours. Plus, I feel like a lot of time when a story lasts for more than 40 hours, you tend to forget aspects of it. So, yeah, that's always fun. Like, you forget aspects, you forget characters, because 100 plus hour games always takes days to complete. Whereas, like, a 40-hour game, sure, it still takes a couple days to beat, you still get the full story and understanding everything, and you know what you're doing. Unlike with the 100 plus hours, where you're probably gonna get lost, forget what you're doing and all that. Unless it's like a very good story, like an ungodly good story. But even then, it's like if it's not a good story and the game's not very fun, what's the point at that point in time? And I'm going to have to go look for Nether Fortress. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not good. Okay, let's get out of this Nether Fortress because this fortress does not have Netherwart, like at all. And I also got a cat in my room that I gotta deal with because she is messing things up. Yeah, that Nether Fortress does not have Netherwart in it. That's unfortunate. And I don't remember where that other... Well, I have the coordinates to that other fortress, so we're gonna have to try and make our way there, which is fun. Okay, so let's save the other fortress for next time. We're gonna have to find, wow, we've been in the nether for that long. But yeah, we're gonna have to find some way to do more stuff. And hold on, I gotta deal with the cat because she's messing things. I hear her trying to break things. Hold on. Hopefully she didn't break anything. She very much is a kitten in a lot of ways. But yeah, I don't know. Cats are fun, you know. Cats are always fun to deal with, even though they can be a little annoying sometimes and get a little too curious. Sometimes get aggravating. I don't know. Cats are cats are like that, I guess. They're cute though, undeniably. But yeah, I can also tell that sometimes they don't like to be touched. Kinda interesting about cats, you know? Because when I go and hug my cats, they fucking hate it. They hate it. They do not like being picked up. They do not like being hugged. They do not like it, I can tell. But they do like being pet, which is always fun. Always fun when a cat likes to be pet. I don't know, what's something... There's a lot of things that we can still do. I think we're gonna go get some more coal because we're in desperate need of some coal. If we want to do anything, we are going to need some coal and probably going to need a few more resources. A few more diamonds, aren't we? Cause we gotta eventually upgrade the diamond armor, right? Yeah, we gotta eventually upgrade the diamond armor. That's fun. Alright, I have to let the cat out. She's very needy. I'm gonna say that right now. Very, very needy cat. Don't know if any of you heard her, but she is a very needy cat. So I'm gonna get set up for a mining expedition, you know. Get those arrows. Actually, let's get rid of this bow. Let's make a new one. Let's grab this. Actually, grab that coal. Let's turn some coal into torches. So let's go on a little bit of a mining expedition and, you know, prepare for maybe some major building projects. But I think this mining expedition should be mainly focused on getting some coal because we do not have any and probably more flint. I could build a pasture for some chickens actually, so that we can start getting some more feathers, so that we can make some more arrows and all that. And this is gonna be a fun time. Let's just say that. Let's just say that it's gonna be a very fun time. Let's go with 2 iron picks. Yeah, 2 iron picks. 2 iron picks. Lot of We have a lot of iron, so it doesn't matter too much. Let's go with two. Let's get a water bucket, actually. He's our old one burnt. Old one burnt. Wait, could have sworn I burnt up some. Oh, because we burnt into the lava. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so let's get some more. Let's get a lava bucket. I don't really have blocks to build with, so we're gonna have to rely on lava bucket a bit more. Fortunately, the bow with the arrows is not gonna come in use, probably. All right, I don't think we're gonna go too deep into the mine shaft, so we're probably not gonna be using up all these torches. So let's go set out, get some more coal, I don't know. I feel like Minecraft's always good when it forces you to go mine and all that. I think a lot of things that we need to do is I think one thing is I want to eventually get cows over here so that we have like a better food source, which is going to be beef. And I feel like we need to get chickens and sheep over here. We need to find sheep. I definitely think I want to get a dog at some point because having a dog around is always a good idea for Minecraft. Maybe a cat, but I think I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of things that we need to do and make sure that we keep on doing and to survive and live and thrive and all that in Minecraft and all and in real life. Because I think in real life we are very much going and we're very much focused on survival and all that. I know a lot of people complain about certain things about real life as like sometimes it can be explained on it most likely was a mistake they made in the past and now they are feeling the repercussions of it in the present. Probably shouldn't have done it. I don't know how many people will realize that before it's too late. Like I'm currently I'm telling my friends to save money, but they're not doing it. They're like spending it all and everything, and that's like something I think is not a bad idea. Is to just save your money sometimes. Just if you're earning money, it's not a good idea to just immediately spend it all. Like if you earned $4,000, I I don't I don't think it's a good idea to just go immediately on a vacation. I say you save it and plan things out and wait a minute, just don't worry too much about a vacation just yet. Vacations are nice and all, but life is money is very important to your life, and it does pretty much a lot of things. However, it's not the key to happiness, I believe. It's just something that can buy you happiness. And the vacation may be tempting and all, but I would say hold off on vacations for a time being when you have like say $3,000 and just wait. Just wait and see what it's going to happen. If you see that the opportune time for vacation is now when it's like super cheap, then do it. But sometimes it's not a bad idea to hold off on spending all that money. And maybe another good idea would be to, invest it into things, like the stock market or something like that. That way you can have like a proper retirement going on, that, which is not a bad idea because I think if, according to what everyone's saying, that if you invest just like $1,000 or something like that into the stock market every single year, you end up with $1 million 10 years from now or something like that. No, like every single month or something, and in 10 years from now, that thousand becomes a million, which is huge for a lot of people out there, especially if you plan to retire at any point in time. So just having all that money on standby is not a bad idea. Yeah, I wasn't gonna grab that call anyway. I mean, anything involving the stock market is always gonna be confusing to me because I don't really fully understand the stock market. Everything about the world is gonna be a complete and utter mystery to me because I don't think anyone's ever gonna fully understand the world. Like, I know people are gonna say they understand how the world works, but do they though? Because you only probably seen one aspect of the world, and that's your aspect, the the aspect that you currently live in. So, have you seen everyone else's aspect of the world? Have you seen what some poor guy in Cambodia is living like, or some guy in Puerto Rico is like? I don't know. Probably not. I'm betting their lives are probably far shittier than yours. Maybe even worse. Maybe it's slightly better. I don't know. I don't know anyone from Puerto Rico or from Cambodia. So I can't really comment on what their lives are like, and I'm just gonna get rid of the poison spiders. What can I say? They are scary and have always been scary. Are they still in modern Minecraft? I don't know. They're probably still in modern Minecraft, and there's a zombie right there. But yeah, I don't know. Just remember, guys, if you think life is bad for you right now, imagine what someone else's life is like. Yeah, because yeah, while your life is probably shitty now, someone else is probably having a far worse time. Let's just say that right now. That someone, is probably also gonna probably not gonna enjoy their lives in a matter of years and all that. So just remember, if you feel like you're down on your luck and all that, someone's always in a worse spot. I don't know. And just remember that sometimes there's more to life than just, money. There's a lot to life actually. Remember, we got an entire world to explore and everything, and we haven't seen everything Earth has to offer us. And just think, we haven't just seen everything Earth has to offer us, our own home planet. Imagine what the universe has in store, Being able to go out in space, explore the stars and all that. That would be fun in some ways. It would be very fun just to explore space and all that, finally see what's out there. But I don't think that's going to happen in our lifetimes, which is unfortunate that none of us is going to be able to explore space, at least in our lifetimes. And the few that did go to space, well, they probably have good stories to tell. Let's just say that. Because I know there's some bizarre stories going on about some of the moon missions and that, and I'm all for it. I want to learn what the hell was going on the moon missions. Because I know that that Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and fuck, I forgot the last guy's name, but I know that they heard when they were going to the moon, they heard some whistling sounds, and that sounds amazing. I don't know what that could possibly be. Is it the ambient noise of space? I don't know. Is that what space just sounds like? Because it doesn't seem like we got at all. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we can confirm too much what space sounds like, I guess. But I don't know. Okay, I gotta get off and test a mod pack soon. So yeah, let's get out of this mine shaft. I gotta test a mod pack and in the video anyway because stuffs. And I gotta test a mod pack for a friend and everything, and just gotta, cause I was hoping to record this video earlier and get this done ASAP. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So see you in the next one. Bye now.